after the word from our benefactors.
Welcome back to Mind Club. Our guest this evening is Robert Haynes, and we will be discussing some additional things with Robert. Additional to the fact that we had a very brief discussion in the green room here this evening. Our phone number is 965-2188.
I was in the Air Force, Air Corps at the time, and I gave it my first show, and in front of about 2,000 to 3,000 people at an Army, at an Air Force base in South Carolina, and there was already a magician on the show, so I didn't do that. So I've been playing around with this. I started dabbling in it, and so that was my alternative to do a mental show, and I got very lucky, and to this day I wonder why I got lucky. I did things at night that I didn't think people could do. I read the commander's mind. I had no idea. He wanted to know what type of staff and command car they had ordered. I had no idea, but something made me say I'm getting the impression of General Motors. And I saw him turn pale, and he said, yes. And I said, for some reason I get the impression of Oldsmobile. Does that make sense to your question? And he damn near fainted, you know. So he was having problems the rest of the time trying to figure out what to do with me, and that was my first experience in front of that many people.
You mentioned that your background is magic, and you're talking about magic with MAGIC, where pull rabbits from hats and saw ladies from hats, and the Doug Henning type of thing.
That's where it started.
Does that mean what you do are tricks?
No, cards they identify with like that, and you're halfway there. So
we will be back after these important words with our benefactors with more of Bob Haynes and perhaps an experiment or two.
We'll see.
Please stay with us. Welcome back. We have with us Bob Haynes.
Incidentally, the backs of these cards are very neutral, so that they, nothing could be turned from the backs. But that is what an ESP deck looks like. That is the cards, the actual duplication of the cards that were used at Duke University. I am going to deal these cards out on the table, one at a time. At any time, and there's been nothing
Prearranged between any of us. As you know, we never prearrange anything here.
Sandy, at any time, I want you to tell me to stop as I deal these on the table.
Stop there, please.
Do you want that card or that card?
That one, please.
This one?
No, the one on top of the
deck. The one on top? Because you could have your choice. Hold that card. Do not look at it. Hold it next to your vest, please. All right. Again, there was a deck of cards. Incidentally, if he had taken this card, he would have had, I think, the 8 of spades. If he had this card, he would have had the 7 of hearts. He has a card he's holding. Earlier this evening, I did not know at that time you were going to be the camera person on this show. I talked to you outside, and I asked you to place a thought of a card in your mind. Did you do that? Did you have absolutely free choice of any card? And I made that quite clear to you. Is that correct?
Yes.
Did you write that down?